Hello and welcome to Subnautica Below Zero. Well, as much as I am keen to try and build myself a water filtration plant in this new, base that we've got, and I've left a gap here where I want to actually install one. Unfortunately I need aerogel, I need rubies, and I need gel sacks, which we don't have, and I don't know yet where to find them. So what I've been doing, actually, I've been back over to that fire robotics area, or more specifically the mining site. I've been grabbing quite a few bits and pieces from over there. And then I've done a bit of an improvement to the base, shall we say. So, go outside, you can see it's actually got colour to it now, which is quite fun. And that's because I've built a control room. So this is our home from home. So I've just extended that section up to there, tagged another section on top, and then attached a control room, and then that allows you to change the colours, give your base a name. I'll put a glass dome on top of our living area over there as well. And
welcome aboard, Captain.
Thanks. As much as I want to put a water filtration unit in there because we're running out of water, I need aerogel, so I can't do that. But I must admit, what I've been able to do is, I've taken back the beacon that was here, because the control room, if you build a control room, it comes with its own beacon. If you look at our beacon manager, you can see it's right at the bottom there. But it's quite useful, I must admit. You can change the colour of your base, give it a name and so on. But it actually tells you the time of the day, lets you know what the structural integrity is. Over on the left, it's showing us our power status at the moment. On the left, it's telling us how much power we're generating, and on the right, it's telling us how much we're consuming. So that's quite useful, I must admit. And you can have a bit of a play around with this and have a look around it, having a look at our little mini map, so you can move around and see things. So while I'm holding on to it, I can move it around and investigate our little area. But what I want to do. Let's see. Oh yes, the scanner room. I've upgraded the scanner room as well. We can now see to 450 meters, because what I've done is I've upgraded this so that it's got 3 of these upgrades. So these are the range upgrades. To make those, we need that magnetite, which we actually found over at the mining site while we were over at plus that little area where we found the actual antidote. So way over that fire robotics place, we've got quite a lot of magnetite. So I was able to make 3 of these range extenders. I've also put a speed upgrade in. That was just gold and silver, but it means we can actually see much further, which is quite useful because I've been picking up some rather interesting fragments, I must admit. But the plan is, that's another thing as well. Scanner room HUD chip, which means I can actually see those things as well. So that's extremely useful. So I'll just put that away because I don't need that at the minute. But yeah, I'm going to run a scan, see if I can find these really cool fragments again. But the plan is I want to go over to Omega Lab because I'm still puzzling over what happened at that cave. It sounded like Sam was involved in an accident, and I'm wondering if she was coming out of the cave at the time when there was an explosion or a cave-in or something at the entrance. I was getting a bit confused because there's the entrance out into that area, and then there's the actual entrance where you saw, things like a forklift truck was basically covered in rocks and what have you. And it sounded like Pavan had gone in there, and while she was coming out, maybe. A bit difficult to tell because it sounded like she was injured on that scaffolding. Maybe there was something happened there. It caused that area to collapse. She damaged her leg, and then maybe as she was coming back out, that's when she crossed paths with Pavan or something. Maybe he saw that on the cameras and went in, or who knows? It's difficult to tell. She doesn't know here. Alexa, she doesn't really know either, and she's wondering if there's any link to this Omega Lab because there was an explosive damage reported at Omega Lab, so I'm wondering if I should go over there next. Well, I wonder if I am, that is the plan. But I just want to have a quick peek. Actually, I'll grab some water because I can see that's going down pretty quick. I'm going to have a quick peek around for some fragments because I saw some rather interesting ones. And this is much better because we've got the HUD chip. I can see, you know, that sort of stuff on the actual scanner. The trouble is, it's not as... I don't think it's as good as the original Subnautica one, where you don't see fragments if you already know the blueprint, which is a bit of a shame. I really like that. I thought that was a brilliant feature. So the trouble is, what it means is I'm going to have to basically clear away every fragment. Otherwise it's just going to keep showing up. So that's not what I'm looking for. Oh, go away! I got beaten up a few times by those brute sharks. So there's a fragment over there, because the trouble is that thing's scanning away. It's picking up tons and tons of fragments. And that would have been an absolute nightmare trying to do this with just a drone. Ah, that's what I was looking for there. So there's a laser cutter fragment. Right, ooh, I've got 2 of 3. Ah ha ha ha. Right, let's head over here. So I want to see if there's another one down here, I think. Ah ha 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 ha. Wunderbar. So that means we've now got all the fragments needed to make the actual laser cutter. So that's the plan. I'm going to have a quick peek and see what I need, because, yeah, I would have loved to have made that water filtration unit, but I just can't, not yet. So let's just go in here, grab some oxygen. I need some food anyway. So I may as well eat that. I'll get a bit of water as well as food out of that. But what do we need to make the laser cutter? One laser cutter. Right, so we need diamond. So I don't have any more crystalline sulfur. I think I've run out of that. Yeah, I don't have any. It's easy, relatively easy enough to find, to be honest. I can scan for it and so on. But I think that's going to come in quite useful. In fact, actually, I'm tempted to do that. Yeah, I'm actually tempted to do that just on the off chance there's something we need to cut into. So there's 2 diamonds. I can get a battery from there. Let's see if the scanner can pick up any of that crystalline sulfur. I'm still baffled by the power. Before, the power used to go down seriously fast. Right, so it's going to forget all about the fragments and what have you. We should be able to get some crystalline sulfur. The only thing to bear in mind is usually where that is where, yeah, those blooming crush fish are. So let's have a look. Well, chances are I'll head down to there and there'll be one of those crush fish or kamikaze fish or whatever you want to call it will suddenly come flying out. If I'm not already going to get enough hassle from the yeah, there it is. Right. There we go. Oh, what was that? You wanted to scan it? Oh, sulfur plant. Right, so we should now be able to make ourselves an actual laser cutter, which is cool. And then the plan is we're going to head over to right over to Omega Lab. So as far as I recall off the map, that's somewhere to the east of Delta Station, so it shouldn't be too far. But we'll get this made first. It would help if I went into the hatch. Right, let's get that made. Tools. Right, actually I could make a pathfinder tool as well. What do they need? It doesn't take much to do one of them. Oh, that's cool. Ah, no, that is cool. I didn't realise that. So, right. So if I come into the fabricator, I can pin things from here and then unpin them. Well, that is definitely cool. Right, well, I'll save that for a rainy day. Right, so might as well turn this off. There's no point in leaving it constantly running. And then we're going to go in search of Omega Lab. Having said that, it's dark. So let's go to sleep. That's better. Right then. Let's see what we're kitted out with. So I've got an ion cube because, well, I've got one in case of, you never know, might need it one day. Right, so let's grab some food. I'll get a bit of extra water out of them while I'm at it. Right, so there's our seed truck. So, according to the map, if I can find it again. Yeah, they go maps. It's kind of southeast-ish of Delta Station. It's what's known as the lily pads. So it should be, can't just go straight on because it's yeah, we'll just run into, well, literally it was in a brick wall effectively. So I'm going to have to go around Delta Station. But we don't have any sort of like pointers to go by. We've still got that beacon over there, which is when that woman came out. When we went over to Delta Station, somebody came at us in a prawn suit. And then she disappeared over the edge, and that's the last known location according to the PDA. It said that was the last place it picked up a signal from. So this here is the purple vents. So if we head in a general southeast direction, whilst trying to avoid Leviathans, hopefully we'll be able to find the actual Omega lab.
Detecting stern of an astronautical Sol Transcove vessel nearby. Vessel name, Mercury 2. Inoperative.
Oh, okay, so this is the Mercury 2, what's left of it. So that could be an exploration job. In fact, actually I think I've got a poster of the Mercury 2. I can't remember who, I don't know whether it was it Fred or somebody I think left it in the room. So that's probably an exploration job in there. Yeah, might be able to explore that, but so let's see, we want to head for, there's Delta Station, so I'm just paying attention to them. Right, so if we keep heading here, now that's interesting, we're heading actually, this direction happens to be in the direction of this beacon. So these are, as you can see, these are the areas what's known as the lily pads area. Oh, that doesn't look good. Don't like that. Whatever that is, I don't like it. So this is the last known location that the PDA was able to track that woman to. Now what I am interested in is that, because there's a conduit that's running along here, so that's architect technology.
There is a large anomalous mass of rock that has broken away and risen above the surrounding terrain.
Yeah. I don't know if she's talking about this. Is she referring to this maybe? But what interests me was that very large conduit that was heading towards this place actually. Now that's architect work. So that might be something, because Altera was doing biological research out here. That's what Omega Lab is. It's geared up for biological research. Just a bit of a peek around here. I might go back and have a look and see where that conduit's going to, because it seems to have broken off. that point, so it looks as though this maybe that must have risen up to the surface or something at some point. Oh, oopsie. Let's have a look around, see if there's anything of. That's where it comes in handy having the sea truck now, because I can actually. I don't have to actually get out now. Oops. Omega Lab. So that there. Hang on a minute, why am I getting turned around? This is a bit weird. I didn't plan to get turned around. Who's turning me around here? I seem to be spinning around in a circle for some strange reason. Weird hood. That's a weird hood. So this is Omega Lab. So they've obviously maybe they were exploring that that conduit. But for whatever reason, Altera came out here. Ah, look, there's some of those. There's some of those lights. So they're usually clues to things. Where does this lead to? Oh, it just leads back outside. Okay, so it's just like directions, pointers to get back into the place, I suppose. So they built it right inside of the rock. Let's get our scanner out. A lily pad route. So our sea truck's up there. We've already got that, so presumably if we'd come out here earlier, we would have been able to scan that, because we're getting a blueprint of this from the, where did we get that from? I think over at Fire Robotics, didn't we? Right, that's interesting, so there's a PDA down there. So there's the multi-purpose room here. There's a controller there, data box, there's the dome there, the water filtration plant. Oh, you would have been able to get the exterior grow bed from here as well. Ooh, an antenna plant. Oh, you can get fruit. Oh, cool. I think I've already got that. Right, tell you what. Let's go and get some oxygen. So I'll head back into our little sea truck. I'm just looking at that. That's a rupture in that place. That down there is ruptured. Which might be to do with the explosion that Alexis was talking about. Which makes you wonder what they're up to. So there's a sign for Omega. Not seeing anything else down there. So yeah, it says definitely Omega. Oh, swing fin charge fins. Oh, that is cool, that. They're definitely useful because they actually charge your tools. If you've got the tool in your hand, as you're swimming with these fins, they actually charge the tool. I always thought they would charge everything that was in your inventory, but it doesn't. It just charges whatever's in your hand. And that, I found that comes in extremely useful for something like the mineral detector, because that thing uses up a lot of power. The sea glide uses up a lot of power. So if you've got those fins and you're going around with like your sea glide, it'll just keep getting recharged. So you can just keep moving around with the actual the sea glide, which is brilliant. So this entire, it's interesting, the whole thing's been blown. Oh, Struth. What was that? I was picking up something to scan something. Nuclear waste disposal. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Oh, a command chair. Now there's something I don't have. Speaking of something I don't have, do I actually have a spare tank on it? Yes, I do. I'm just checking. This is the trouble, it's just pitch black in here. You cannot see anything. I mean, that's something you don't get. I mean, there's a water unit, but you can't make it. This is frustrating because there's a lot of batteries just floating around, but I can't grab them. I mean, I can move them, but I can't grab them, for example. So what was that? Yeah, so you're going to get the Powercell charger fragment again. So there's a PDA.
We've studied the first Kara bacteria samples from the specimen. Results are promising. We were able to stimulate rapid multiplication of cells in a controlled environment, resulting in the creation of several different mutations with potentially useful applications. Think of the possibilities. Life-saving treatments, genetic research. It could be a window to understand the evolution of life on this planet. The findings could move us forward by years. We recommend a wider study, using samples collected from a greater variety of sites around the original pustules. We trust you will provide the necessary security to do so. The Leviathan site must be protected.
Okay, so that's what they were up to then. Well, over here, because, I mean, according to the map, if I can find it again. Yeah, Omega Lab was used for biological research, so they must have been bringing things back to Omega Lab and, you know, the samples and studying them. So that's something we've learned about. Now, personal logs. Where's her personal logs? Because she's just mentioned something about the sabotage. So sounds like Robin's suggesting this is a sabotage joke.
I found a lab that looked like it had been sabotaged intentionally. The outside was mostly intact, and the equipment inside seemed like it might have been appropriate for bacteriology, before a fire tornado ran through it. Is it somehow related to Sam's death? Who would have wanted to destroy the place?
Well, it makes sense, actually, because if they brought samples back to Omega Lab, you'd want to destroy them as well. You don't want to, like, I mean, curing that Leviathan would have stopped the, you know, getting any more samples from it, but you have to get rid of the original samples that have been taken from the actual Leviathan. We've just had confirmation. It's a case of, yeah, that's what they're up to. They were actually, you know, did bring things back by the sounds of it. So it looks like someone's deliberately sabotaged this to stop Alterra. So there's two strikes, if you will. One to actually stop the actual virus itself being able to get used, stop them getting more samples. But then, you know, there's another strike being happened here where they've actually just deliberately destroyed the place to stop it from being used. Hopefully to actually take the samples, and that way you can't get any more. Let's have a bit of a walk around a bit more. Not seeing anything there. Ooh, a fragment for a nuclear reactor. Ah, cool. So that means we've got the entire blueprint then. So we can now make a nuclear reactor. So somebody must have come in here and actually targeted the nuclear reactor itself. Which makes sense, like blow that whole thing up, blow up the nuclear reactor, take the base out with it. Interesting. We'll go back out here and get some more wood too. I mean, I've got the spare tank, but I'd prefer to use it as like a last resort, just in case I forget. Right. Let's see what's down here. Oh, that's a thought. I forgot to make a vending machine. So there's a trash. So you could get in the coffee machine, the vending machine. Yeah, you can't make that water yet. So this is where Vin was staying. So Vin was working over here. Because we've heard stuff about him. So there's a postcard. Probably up personal stuff, random art, another pot to scan. Oh, that's a composite padlock. I mean, we've got the interior grow beds now anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Now there's something I don't have as a pillow. Can't scan his beds. There's nothing wonderful about his bed, it seems. Okay. What about that pot there? So I've already scanned that. Right, so then we've got Danielle. So she was the one that Sam was talking to about the virus. And it's a case of she actually kind of warned her. But she was working over here. I'll just grab some more oxygen. I'll go back and see what we can get from her room. Oh, I'll scan her bed. I'm not seeing anything. Oh, we can get an aromatherapy lamp. Oh. Looks like their relationship went south. That's a pity. Because if you read the logs that Sam was sending out, she was talking about somebody she'd met. And I think that that issue to do with the coronavirus that Sam was trying to get it, wanting to get, destroyed.
Seek fluid intake.
I think that might have caused friction and problems. So that's a pity. Right, I need some water.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Incidentally, I must admit these are big bottled ones, and these are ones I've been getting from the purification tablets, which is right. Let's head back in here again. Oh, good grief! Right, so let's see what's inside here. Particularly jumping out here. Oh, the control room. Oh, you can get the control room from here as well. Oh, we've already got it, so we've just ended with titanium. So there's another aromatherapy lamp. And there's you can get the water filtration unit from here as well. PDA. Ah, Alexis.
Investigation notes. Omega Lab was first reached by heavy impact, perhaps from a sea track modified with some sort of battering implement. A localized explosive charge was then released and detonated from a distance. Lab equipment was damaged to the point of inoperability, and all live specimens were destroyed. No personnel was injured. Samples have been collected for analysis to determine whether any bacteria escaped. It is, however, unlikely. The heat of the charge should have boiled everything within a 10-meter radius.
Yeah, so that kind of confirms it. Somebody knew what they were doing. I mean, I'm surprised the nuclear reactor didn't cause issues, but, a bigger blast or something. But it's a case of whoever did that knew what they're doing, so no personnel were injured. But it was enough to destroy the specimen, so I think that was a coordinated attack. One on the actual cave, and the second one on here. So what's that one we just picked up? So that's Vin's art. Sure here. Okay. So that's Dr. Danielle. So she was into biochemistry. Alexis, she's from Altera HQ. Or reports to Altera, so she's an actual investigator. Okay. And you've got Lillian, she was working on xenobiology over at Outpost Zero. And of course you've got Sam, who's working on robotics. Vin, what was Vin doing? Another biochemistry doctor. Okay. Focus the task. Oh, it's just bits and pieces there. So it's a question there. So there's still some questions outstanding then. So, I mean, that's interesting because we've learned some useful blueprints, that's for certain. because... Where did I get that one from? Polyaniline. Oh yes, I picked up some hydrochloric acid from that cave over near the mining, the mining site area near the fire robotics. So I picked a bottle of that up, and I actually now know how to make it. That in turn can be used to make polyaniline. So because we've picked up the nuclear reactor blueprint, we can make the fuel rods. We also picked up a blueprint on how to actually dispose of the spent ones, but we've now got the swim fin charge. I'm definitely going to pin that, because that is extremely useful. So we just need our existing fins. Oh boy, you need polyaniline. Grrr. Oh, that's a pity that. So actually haven't said that. Ah, now that is fortunate because I picked up that hydrochloric acid. I was going to say I don't know where to get that at this stage, but I'll be able to make that because I've picked up that hydrochloric acid. So that I should be able to make the swim fin. That is definitely going to be useful. And then we picked up a blueprint for the nuclear reactor. Although I'm now questioning that because the scanner that we've got at the minute, it's hardly using up any power. Waste disposal, because once you actually put the rods into the nuclear reactor, you can't get them back until they're spent, and then you can actually dispose them in one of these disposal units. And we've got an aromatherapy lamp, but can read the anemones. So yes, that does sound like a coordinated attempt to attacks to deliberately try and destroy the virus or all samples of it. It still doesn't quite answer, at least to me, what happened to Sam, in the sense that I don't know if she was involved in an accident, tried to get out and then there was a cave-in, or whether she was trying to blow the place up and then got killed in the cave-in. I don't quite know, because she did have a cure. So I don't know, she didn't get around to even trying to apply the cure, which has me puzzled all the more. But there's still a few things left to do, because, well, yeah, as Robin was just saying, did she know anything about? She said she knew of Altera, but did she meet Sam? Because that's an unknown. We've got the issue of yeah, so let's say, so there's this one to follow. We've got the issue of the distress signal, and Lillian's actually left us with a kind of signal to some sanctuary. There, that's that one there. But there's this one probably to investigate, find out who this woman is and what, if she knows of anything. Because Sam was kind of hinting Robin would be interested in something like this architect sanctuary and that distress signal. But I think it's probably that's where we're going to be going next, because Sam was saying again, Robin was saying again, maybe that's got some relationship to Sam. Go back to her personal logs about the distress signal somewhere. Yeah. Is this related to Altera? In which case it could have something to do with Sam, and she wants to check that out. So there's still two things. I mean, I must admit we still haven't gone to the copper mining site. That's one Altera facility we haven't been to yet, so we might be able to get some information from there. I don't know what it's actually for, but it's a case of we haven't getting any indications to suggest we should go there. I mean, there's no reason not to, because it's an Altera facility, and we've certainly picked up some interesting information while we've gone around these four here. But I think that's probably the next on the list, is that last known position where that woman went to. Yeah. So we've definitely got some useful things we could be doing. That's all for another episode.